Hi guys, welcome to Take Temps and BioCleanse. My name is Amanda, and today we'll be talking about a very important topic of toxic-free living. We've often at BioCleanse been asked questions about toxic-free living, and we usually directly answer these questions to the person that poses them. But we were thinking, there may be a lot of people out there that have the same exact question, and how can we present this to a larger base of people who could be wondering the answer to this one question? We recognize that there is a large void out there of good information that's being passed along in regards to toxic-free living, and how having a community where we can present this information and have different industry experts weigh in on these different questions that people have, and how much of a game changer that could be. We here at EnviroCleanse have been longtime friends with Debra Lynn Dadd, and we have really appreciated the work that she's done in the industry of toxic-free living. She was one of the first people to speak openly about toxic-free living, and she has continued to advocate for this movement decades later. We at EnviroCleanse felt that working with Debra Lynn Dadd to produce a group like this, to have a platform for toxic-free living, could be a tremendous value. And for the group, it could be, the ground floor for advancements and breakthroughs in toxic-free living. Well, now, without further ado, I'd like to introduce to you the creator of Zero Toxics Group on Facebook and toxic-free living expert, Debra Lynn Dadd. Okay, guys, so we are joined with the toxic-free product expert, Debra Lynn Dadd. Hi, Debra. Thank you for joining us.
Hi. It's my pleasure.
Awesome. Okay, so we started this unbelievable Facebook group called Zero Toxics. We're really excited to do this collaboration with you. Can you kind of give people some more information about what they can expect in the group and the benefits that it can provide to people trying to live a toxic-free lifestyle?
Well, one of the things that I'm so excited about is I've been doing this work for 40 years. I actually wrote the first book on toxic-free products back in 1987. So I have a lot of experience. But what's always been missing, I've been doing things like writing about products, writing about toxic chemicals in products. And I have a huge directory of businesses that sell non-toxic products. Mm-hmm. But I've never had what we're doing now with this Facebook group, the Zero Toxics Facebook group, is have immediate conversations. So like I have on my website, I have a Q&A, but for this Q&A, you need to write in your question, and a week later, I'll give you an answer. Or you can call me for a personal consultation. But what's so exciting for me about this new Zero Toxics Facebook group is that there's going to be people who are basically customers, and there's going to be people there are people who are customers, and already we have people who are selling products, who are making and selling products. And so we're getting both sides, and everybody can ask questions, everybody can answer questions, and you can get these immediate conversations going. And so the amount of lag time between your question and your answer has just been cut way down. And I can see that we're bringing in experts from all different fields. So it's not just about going to the Facebook group of a company or going to my Facebook page or my website where you only get my viewpoint. We're going to have so many viewpoints and so much expertise. We're going to be having Facebook Live interviews where I'll be interviewing people in the field who have lots and lots of experience and information. And we're just going to be able to get down to the nitty-gritty and the truth about things in areas where there's been a lot of confusion. And this is really a place where you can ask anything. And the point is to help people really actually achieve a non-toxic lifestyle.
Absolutely. And people can interact with other people that have the same exact questions, and it just kind of, you can build off of what people are discussing and learn even more. So.
Exactly. We're going to have so much information because of the immediacy where, like in the past, I would have to take somebody's question by email, and then I'd have to post it, and all of those things. Now it's just, I type it in, and I'm looking, and it becomes live right away. And I'm looking at, like, I've never done videos before because of the production time about videos. But
Yeah.
it occurred to me that I could be in a store and I could see a toxic-free product on the shelf. I could whip out my phone. I could have a video and say, this is why I would choose this as a toxic-free product, and hit the button, and it's on the Facebook group for you. And I'm just so excited about the technology that we can apply to this now that will just make the whole field zoom forward.
I agree completely.
And
So
already we've had a really good response. We haven't even really launched yet.
Yeah. So this is really like the official launch of Zero Toxics, us doing this video, but it's already made so much ground wave in the time before we even got to the launch. It's incredible.
just by inviting individuals, not by doing anything to actually promote, but just saying, we're starting this, and here, go take a look. And already, just from doing that, in 5 days, we have, what is it, like 300 members.
Almost 300, yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy,
so
yeah.
I just expect it to just take off.
Yeah, it's going to just keep booming, yeah.
Another thing I'm really excited about is that we're having a resource section. And so we'll be posting information about products. We'll be posting information about our experts. Our experts can post information. And these people who really are experts in their field will be there to answer your questions, that they've agreed to be available to our group.
Yeah, because a lot of people will have questions specifically pertaining to a certain industry, and we'll have an expert right there wanting to answer their question, wanting to give more information. So it's going to be really good.
I think it's going to be a new kind of genre for Facebook groups, because it's multidimensional, multidisciplinary. It's got both experts and consumers interacting with each other. And I think it'll be a place where consumers can ask a manufacturer, and they'll have access that they won't normally have. Like if you call up a company and say, can I speak to the president? You probably can't. But that president might be on our group, and we may be able to get that president to come and be available. So I'm really excited.
Me too. So we're going to have many different experts on there. What kind of categories and topics will people be able to see with being members of Zero Toxics? Can you kind of let everyone know?
Any product. I've always been working. My viewpoint has been, I'm not a doctor and I'm not a scientist, but I'm a consumer. And I have been a consumer of toxic-free products for 40 years. And when I started, nobody was talking about this. I had to go to poison control centers and medical libraries and find what were the toxic chemicals. And then I needed to find where were the products that didn't have those chemicals. And of course, there's no big label. Even today, there's no big label that says this is a toxic-free product. And so I needed to find out what does the terminology mean? Like when you see permanent press on the label of clothing or sheets, you need to know that that means there's formaldehyde in this product. And so there are these little clues and ways that you can find out what's going on with products to find those toxic chemicals and find the ones that are toxic free. And all that kind of information, I'm going to be bringing all that experience to this group. So lots and lots of questions can be answered about any kind of product. As my viewpoint is, I'm a consumer. I'm using 100, 200 different kinds of products. Yeah. Everybody in this group is using that same number of products, and we need to know what's toxic free for all those different products.
Yeah. These experts, we kind of touched on what they're going to talk about. I think a big thing that's going to be really helpful for people is going to be the resource pages where they can go in and put their information. They can just directly go like, oh, I'm looking for a toxic-free mattress, or I'm looking for an air purifier. They can go look through the list and kind of find different information. What other stuff do you think the experts will be able to contribute onto the Zero Toxics page?
Well, the experts that I know, and I know a lot of experts over the years, uh, and especially the ones that we're choosing. I'm choosing all the experts. I'm making sure that they really are experts.
Yeah.
And one of the things that I found is that people really love a particular subject. Like I was speaking to a new expert that we're going to be adding yesterday about dental floss. And she spent 3 years researching the toxic chemicals in dental floss before she spent, also during that time, she was studying the health effects of the chemicals that are currently in dental floss, and she's also have studied toothbrushes. Nobody in the average world spends that much of the dedicated amount of time in order to come up with that data. Another one of our experts that I haven't invited yet has spent years studying the health effects of fragrance in products on health. And so these are people who have gone in depth and have a viewpoint that they can share with us instantly and over time. And we can have their research papers and things that they put together, their references in our resources. So it's not just somebody giving their opinion, it's somebody bringing their experience and bringing their evidence.
Yeah, absolutely. So what other final information or details can you give people that will maybe want them to, if they're not members already, to start joining and be a part of it?
Well, I think anybody who's interested in living toxic-free should be in this group because I think the future of toxic-free is going to be right here because we're going to be discussing things, we're going to be figuring things out together. We're going to, anything that you want to know, either we can answer or we can get somebody to answer. And I know that there are, I know that for me, each of us has their own skill set, you know, their own bank of information and things that they understand. One of the things that, like, I'm not a chemist, for example, and I've never claimed to be a chemist, and yet consumers need to understand chemistry today. We need to understand these things, and we need to understand how the chemicals act. We need to understand toxicology. We can bring chemists and toxicologists to this group so we can get our questions answered. And it isn't just now going to be limited to what I know, because we're opening up and making a forum that says we're going to bring in the people that need to be here to get the answers, to get to the truth, so that we can all move forward together.
Yeah, so it's just going to be one big hub page where all information is just collected and gathered, and anyone can just go and be like, find an answer that they need to find.
That's right. And you need to be a member in order to access that. It's free,
That's
but
true.
You need to be a member.
Yes. So we know you're always doing great work in the community. What are you currently doing at the moment that you can let people in on?
Well, right now, I've just 2 months ago launched Zero Toxics, which this is part of, this new Facebook group is part of. And the whole point of Zero Toxics was to have a place where we could do exactly this. And I didn't think of it being in terms of a Facebook group when I started it. It was just for years and years, I wanted to be able to say, like if I write, don't use formaldehyde in something, then that begs the question, well, what's wrong with formaldehyde? But I had no place to link it to. And so now what I'm working on is this big knowledge base of materials and how to choose products and things like that. And I've also found right away campaigns are emerging. Like I'm about to start a fragrance-free campaign where we're going to be having lots of information about how to be fragrance-free, how to get other people to be fragrance-free, and be able to move jointly together and say, well, we need a petition, you know, and we could have a petition and put it there. And so this goes like hand in glove with what I was already envisioning. I'm also doing a big push on labeling and full disclosure and helping. I'm putting together a section so that everybody will understand what full disclosure is and how you can contact a manufacturer and say, I want full disclosure, and tell them what that is so that we all know what's going on. So it's a very exciting time for me because after all these years of just, I shouldn't say just because it's been an important thing, after all these years of reporting on what other people are doing, I have gone through a shift to say, I'm now going to take the reins and do things that will move the field forward and change the world about this. Not waiting, but acting.
Yeah.
And everyone else can come and act with me.
Yeah, there you go. Make a big movement.
It is.
Yeah.
People really don't, like, I was talking to someone yesterday and she said, I'm so glad that you called me because I feel so alone. I feel like nobody else is interested in what I'm interested in. And I really want people to understand that it's a big, 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 big field and we just aren't talking to each other. And that's, I mean, when EnviroCleanse called and said, do you want to do this? I said, yes, because we need a place where we can talk to each other. And I think that what we're going to find is that there are thousands and thousands and thousands of people who are interested and everybody's feeling alone. And that there are other Facebook groups, but there's like 30 people in them. And so they don't know that there's thousands of people. There's thousands. And I've one of the things that I found is, you know, like there's a whole category of products in the marketplace called green products. And everybody knows what green means. They know that green means that it's good for the environment in these particular ways. There's no such thing as a market category of toxic-free. Nobody knows what it is. There's no toxic-free directory. There's no toxic-free expo. People don't know to label their products toxic-free. People who are selling toxic-free products don't even know that there's a market that they could be selling to and that they need to label their products in certain ways. So all of that is being addressed by the new projects that I'm taking on.
Well, that sounds awesome. We're really excited. This Zero Toxics group is going to be really, really great. And so we hope people join. We're going to add a link to join the Zero Toxics group at the bottom. And then we're also going to link your Zero Toxics website so people can go look and see, get more information.